Unit 5, Lesson 10. 10.2 Matching Expressions. Match the expressions that are equal to each other. So I'd like you to pause the video and see if you can find the answers to each of these. Once you're done, then restart the video and see if you got them correct. All right, let's see how you did. So first thing I would do is do the math first. Ignore the symbols. 1 times 12 is 12. Negative times a positive is a negative. This is taking 64 times 1 and divide by 8. 64 times 1 is 64, divided by 8 is 8. Negative times a positive is a negative. I turned this into division because we had fractions and I had to simplify it. 1 times 15 is 15, positive times a positive is a positive. Here I have 3 negative numbers. Negative times a negative is a positive, and positive times a negative is a negative. 1 times 3 is 3, times 5 is 15. Here I have 2 negatives and 1 positive. Well, I know 2 negatives make a positive, and positive times a positive is a positive. 2 times 6 is 12. So you could pause the video if you like, and then check your answers and see if you were able to match up. You should have 3 of each answer, like 3 negative 12s in the box, 3 negative 8s, 3 15s, 3 negative 15s, and so on. For this lesson summary, if you go to the book or even here, this would be a good thing to put in your notes. Positive times a positive is always a positive. Negative times a negative is also a positive. Then if you have negative times a positive or positive times a negative, it's always a negative. So when you have 2 opposite signs, the negative wins. When you have 2 of the same sign, it's always positive. When you're multiplying or dividing, that does not go with addition and subtraction. Negative times a negative would be a negative because you have 3 of them. 2 of them make a positive, but then you have to multiply it by a negative, so it ends up being a negative.